This ain't like for the live.
I got you. And we are
Guys,
live. Go ahead.
welcome to Men of the Metaverse. Brandon had a special request about 2 weeks ago. He
That's
said,
true.
Lewis, you seem like you know a lot about pots and pans. I told him I don't. Could you make a video explaining pots and pans and the different kind of pots and pans? Brandon, you remember you
Yeah,
actually
but why did I say that? Because I saw some videos that you had where you went to thrift shops, you went to Goodwill, you were kind of what's that practice called when people kind of look for good deals that give is it thrifting?
thrifting, yes.
Okay, you are that, but you look for clothes too because you are a seller, right?
I quit selling. I didn't have to stop looking for clothes in 2023.
Okay, but
And
if
the
you see,
money in thrifting is running low. I damn near got to cover my life, my money with my own money now coming up next month.
okay, is the game changing? Not to get too much into that, but it's just times are changing and it's just not the
I
same
don't feel
anymore.
I don't feel like doing the mother sucker.
I got you. I got you.
That's hard. That's hard work to do. I don't feel like
Right.
doing it.
And we do this great channel. You do a lot
Yeah,
of editing, so you got to cut something sometimes. But I
yeah.
have seen you with some vintage, some good quality pots, and that people have turned into the Goodwill. And Goodwill's not going to clean them up; they're not going to shine them up for you,
Correct.
technically. So you do some of that. So go ahead. That's why I
Yeah.
asked you about it.
All right, Brandon asked me how to pick the correct pot pans. So, guys, this is going to be a first grade level video. I'm not covering all the different pots because there's
Uh-huh.
more pots than these, but I'm gonna cover the majority of the pots that you will see. All right, Brandon. What you see on the screen? Can you read that out loud for me?
Cast iron, aluminum, stainless steel, non-stick.
All right. So today we're gonna talk about four different kind of pots:
Okay.
cast iron, aluminum, stainless steel, and non-stick.
And all of them, for the most part, are available at Walmart. So if you want to try to
Yes.
pick up something from listening to our presentation,
Or you can hit the links below. I'm gonna have some
okay, there
recommendations
you go.
of
There you
some
go.
pots. Now they ain't gonna
Okay.
be the top of the line pots, but if
Hmm.
you a cast iron,
Yeah.
don't buy the Walmart brand because you're gonna end up cutting yourself. But I'm gonna explain that later.
Okay.
All right, cast iron, Brandon. This is a cast iron pan. You see
Yeah,
this?
I got you.
And this pan was thrifted,
Hmm.
so it's a thrift store pan. Now the pros of cast iron, you can sear,
Hmm.
bake, roast, and fry.
Okay.
One thing I like about cast iron, it holds heat. Why do you think
Hmm.
it holds heat, Brandon?
I don't know. I guess the material is made where it just kind of just absorb all the heat and get really hot. That's just
Yes,
what I'm gonna say.
it's like a fat man. If you get next to a fat man is always hot because
Okay.
they got more material.
I got you. That's a good way to put it.
This is more material, so it takes longer to heat up. But once
Okay.
it heats up, it stays heated up. Why
Okay.
do you think you'll need that, Brandon?
Why do I think I'm gonna need that?
Yeah. Why is that
Well,
important?
well, for me, I like to cook on high heat, and I like to, I guess, get that real good sear. Like it's if you cooking with high heat, you get that perfect sear on your meat. But if you're cooking with medium heat, I mean, it's you can do it, but it's just the style I like to cook. I like to cook really fast. I like to kind of burn the food, get a nice sear on it, and be done with it. And
All
that's what
right.
you can do with cast iron.
That's a good thing. But the reason you this whole the one positive about holding heat is if Brandon's gonna fry some chicken,
Okay.
Brandon, will you put the chicken in? Is the chicken room temperature or refrigerator cold? In the grease.
It depends on how you cook it, but
No, Brandon,
usually
come on, hold on. When you put the chicken in the
yeah,
grease, was the
it should be
refrigerator cold or
it
you left
should
it out
be
all
it
night?
no, you didn't leave it out all night, so it's gonna be refrigerated cold.
All right. So you got your grease set to 325, right?
Uh-huh.
When you put a piece of cold chicken in there, the temperature could drop down real fast,
You're right.
and it
You're
may
right.
take a while to heat back up.
Right.
But with a cast iron, it holds that heat better.
Mm-hmm.
So that cold piece of chicken
Mm-hmm.
won't drop down your temperature so
Right.
much.
Right. But I was gonna ask you, do you already take your meat out? Say you take your chicken out or your steak out and get it room temp and then fry it or then cook it. Do you do it sometimes that way?
Brandon asked me this dumb mother clucker question. He know the answer, but I'll go answer. All right, audience. Your chicken, unless you're at the Chinese food restaurant, your chicken needs to be refrigerated at a certain temperature at all times, right, Brandon?
Okay, it should be, but why is that?
Brandon, you the professional cook.
But you tell me. This is your presentation. I want to hear what you got to say.
Okay. I don't know. I think Brandon got he's certified in Georgia, Atlanta.
I do have Serve Safe certified for sure.
I think you got to be under the bacterial reproducing rate for chicken, because chicken is very dangerous. It got what, salmonella, right?
Salmonella, yeah. And you have to like if you're in a restaurant, it has to be at a certain temperature. So if you take it out, you got to be doing something with it. So that's just what it is. But like I said, you want a
Chinese food restaurant.
Allegedly.
A big bucket. And then you grab the chicken
and just
put it in there.
Right.
Okay.
But food does cook differently depending on how cold it is. Because like I said, if it's fresh out the freezer, you could because people, like back when I was out of high school, fresh, I didn't know how to cook. It was sometimes I'll take a frozen chicken patty and put it on the grill or put it on the griddle. I've done that before. Is that the best way? Is that the best way to cook something?
Was it? No, not really. Was it a George Foreman?
It was a George Foreman, like one of the Wolfgang, right? Yeah, it'll cook, but that's not the best way to do it. Would I say room temperature would be? No, not really, but refrigerated at a good temperature where you're not growing bacteria. That's probably the best thing.
Now, if we talk about beef, some people probably shouldn't do it at a restaurant, but some people let their beef come to room, especially a steak, comes to room temperature before they cook it. But they probably can't do that at a restaurant.
I think we've talked before. Sometimes it's easier to cut a steak if it's kind of frozen, like fresh out of the freezer, and then you kind of slice it. It'll cut differently if it's like, room temperature. Did we talk about that one time?
Nah, we never talked about that, but I do agree with you.
Yeah, just some cooking tips, and like I said, we're just trying to give y'all some knowledge that we have over the years, some experience in the kitchen. But go ahead.
And with a cast iron, you could cook this anywhere, camp place, over some rocks, over a engine, on the stove, gas stove, anywhere you could cook this.
And will it damage your stove, or will it damage your appliances cooking on it? Because it's a little heavy, right? And you would think maybe it kind of rub off or something like that. Does it damage your appliances, your stovetop?
Well, anything damage if you hit it hard enough. Okay. This would be aware that the weight of it, so you don't want to be slamming it down like
right.
So you put it down. So
yeah, I got you.
And if you're a woman, you got at least weigh over 120 pounds to handle one of these.
Yeah, it is kind of heavy.
All right, some of the cons: you should not boil or simmer stuff in a cast iron. Why is that, Brandon?
I don't know. That's what I say. So I wouldn't be able to boil an egg in there.
You can't. You can do anything you want to, but it's not recommended.
Why not? Is it because
a cast iron is seasoned prep? So seasoning is a protection layer on this that helps create the non-sticking properties. So if you boil it, it's a good chance some of that seasoning could rub off.
Gotcha.
Also, no acid. Acid includes tomatoes and citrus items. You should not cook use tomatoes or citrus items in a cast
like
iron.
A lemon wouldn't. Yeah, I'm trying to think of anything else. Yeah, okay. I didn't really think about that. Yeah.
Dishwasher. This is not good for a dishwasher.
Have you ever put something? Because my mom tell me this all the time. Because like I say, she ordered me a pot recently. She's like, Brandon, don't put no dish, no stank. Because I do the non-stick sometimes. You get lazy, you kind of throw them in the dishwasher, and your stuff ain't never gonna be the same. You think you'll come out quicker doing it that way, but you just need to wash it in the sink. But go ahead. Have you thrown some stuff in the dishwasher? I haven't done cast iron.
Let's don't bring up the word non-stick when we on cast iron, Brandon. You go throw the whole link. Because we got to talk about that once we get the non-stick.
Got you. So have you thrown a cast iron in there? It don't even make any sense. Oh, go ahead.
I have not.
Okay.
I hand wash this, and I only use soap when I wash it.
Okay.
I just got to get it timer comes off. Sometimes I use a
When
little
it's hot.
salt. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I little salt, kind of rub it, get a little abrasion. Then I rinse it off and dry it. That's it.
I got you.
And
how do you dry? You wipe dry it? Because like I said, we talked about it on the phone a little bit. Like when I clean it, I put some oil on it, use a paper towel, kind of wipe it, and just make sure it dries that way. Is that how you do yours? How do you do yours?
Now, Brandon is referring to a outside product versus the inside product.
Well, I do the inside products. I do my cast iron like that too. Not a lot of olive oil, but I still put some oil on it just because because it'll dry. Like sometimes if I clean a cast iron skillet, it'll start looking a little funny. Yeah, not rut, but it'll dry funny sometimes.
Yeah, so you can do that. It's once it's clean, a light layer of oil never is gonna hurt it. Unless you got roaches in your house. Brandon, you got any roaches in your house? You ever
Not that I know of.
And the roaches no. Unless you got roaches in your house. So you can't do that. So another thing, this pot is heavy, like we talked before, and it requires maintenance. So you got to know how to season it and how to keep a seasoning.
Yeah.
This is cast iron 101. Thrift store. I think I probably pay about $4 for this.
So if you're lazy, would you recommend somebody using cast iron?
If I was lazy, I recommend a person using non-stick, which we're gonna talk about later on in this slide.
Okay. All right.
All right, aluminum. Here's aluminum, and that thing shiny.
Yes, it is.
Here's an aluminum pot.
And this is what I got a question. Yeah, because how do I know it's not stainless steel? Like if I'm not really into that, and I don't really know what I'm looking for, what's something I can look for? Is it more stainless steel would be more shiny, more pricey of course, but what's the main difference between those two?
Well, we're gonna discuss that, but visual speaking, don't this look like a soda can?
Yeah, it does.
All right. So stainless steel will never look like a soda can.
Okay.
So that's the difference. Most soda cans are made of aluminum. All right. The pros with aluminum, you could do this almost the same thing you could do with a cast skillet, but watch this, Brandon. What's this? Can I do this with the other one?
No, you can't.
Why?
It's really light.
This is light. Aluminum is very cheap too. This is a cheap pot. This is probably like the cheapest pot they make. So you really can't buy them in stores no more.
That's what I'm about to say. It's been a long time since I even seen an aluminum pot. Like I kind of forgot about them.
Yeah. So. You only see an old person will pull out an aluminum pot and cook it. Yeah, but it's a cheap pot. Now, one positive thing is about aluminum, it heats up quick. Brandon, you can put a match at the bottom of this whole pot burn it up quick.
I got you.
So it's very active to heat. Yeah. So when let's say, okay, you got your,
like I said, the last time I've seen one, it's probably at the campground. Somebody was camping and they pulled one of them out.
All right, you got your aluminum pot, cast iron. All right. If you want to cook syrup some chicken right quick, which one will create the best? No, fry up some chicken. Which one will fry chicken?
I'm gonna go aluminum. I might go aluminum. I'll probably go aluminum if I'm gonna fry some chicken. But I can see if you go cast iron.
Why would you go aluminum?
Just because it'd be quick and easy. Like I say, sometimes if I'm doing something, I'm like, okay, what's gonna be the easiest cleanup? The easiest storage, like putting stuff away, I'll probably go aluminum because I don't even care about tearing the pot up. It's not none of that stuff. But if I'm using my good cast iron to fry some chicken, I'm gonna have to store the oil. I'm gonna have to clean it up, or however I'm gonna do it. It's
what
just
do you mean store the oil? You still got to store the oil in this one.
But if I pour oil in there to fry some chicken, after I fry the chicken, what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna let it sit.
No, you got to drain. You gonna drain off both of them.
But which one is going to be easier to clean up? Because after I pull that oil off, I'll rinse that aluminum out real quick. But that cast iron, I'm going to have to do some work just to make sure I get everything out of it.
All right. Okay. Brandon. Yeah. Let's think back to the 70s.
Okay.
Your grandma, which pot she go fry some chicken?
You're going to do the cast iron.
Okay, but you picked the aluminum.
Yes, I'm a millennial. But go ahead.
Since we talked about this early, that piece of chicken gonna be refrigerated. So when Brandon
drop the temperature,
Brandon dropped that cold piece of chicken. So in here, that ore go drop right along with it.
Right, correct.
And what happens when you cook in low oil, Brandon? What do that do?
You said when you cook in a low oil, like a low level?
Yeah,
low temperature. It's not gonna cook properly. It's not gonna cook properly. It's gonna throw your cooking time off. So say your chicken took 7 minutes or 14 minutes to cook fully, depending on the size of the chicken. It's gonna throw it off because your temperature done went down to 100 degrees, maybe.
Correct, but more importantly, you gonna get some greasy ass chicken.
Oh, okay, I see. That's a good point. See, you dropping them major keys right there.
All right. I'm gonna explain to people. The key to frying is when you fry chicken, you want the grease to be hot enough to crisp the outside.
Correct.
Very fast.
Correct.
Once you crisp the outside, the ore is less likely to penetrate inside the meat.
Correct. But that's why I say I'm not gonna say a purist, but you care about the pots. You care about how you cooking your food. You care about how the food turns out, because that does matter to you. Like I say, can you eat the chicken if the temperature drops and it's not as crispy and you can taste the imperfections in the outside?
Now you may not take it's a chance you may not taste it, but when you bite into it, you thought that was chicken juice, but that was grease coming out. You know,
and that's a big difference, right?
So if you ever had some greasy chicken, it's usually the temperature was too low.
Yeah, you're right.
So it didn't fry the outside. The oil got enough time to get inside the meat.
Right. Sometimes I'll do that with fries. Like if you put a bunch of fries in and your oil is hot, it'll drop the temperature so much if you put too many fries in, and your fries will come out a different, texture. Like when you bite into, you can kind of taste the difference.
Correct. And if Brandon got those processed fries, that don't got no spray on it, that stuff can leak inside, and the inside be a little greasy too.
You're right. But see what I'm saying? You care about all that kind of stuff, and you know about it. You're knowledgeable about it.
Brandon, everybody has some greasy chicken before.
Okay, that's true. But is anybody going to do the research to figure out why these things are happening, or why my chicken or my fries taste a certain way? What's really going on? Or are we just going to eat it?
Nah, you're just gonna eat it. It just had grease stains in the back seat. That's all it means.
Right. Or when we go to the Asian restaurant, we care why it tastes so greasy and why we full and the MSG and just all those things. People don't really care. They just consume it and just go about their business.
Brandon did make a good point. He see a lot of these pots capping. I would say yes. I bought this pot because I was dreaming. If I have to cook outside, I can just put this on like a burner. It heat up very quick. There's green beans up in there.
Right. There you go. Right.
and it's light.
Yeah, and it's light.
Now, some of the cons with aluminum pots is reactive. Okay. This means, according to what you put in there, some of this metal could turn off in your food.
And I'm glad you said that, because that's a downside. Like aluminum is not necessarily good for you either. So I was wondering if you was going to get there. And like you say, some of the stuff in the pans, whether it's aluminum or the other ones we're going to talk about, the chemicals go into your food. But go ahead.
Brandon, do you use deodorant, Brandon?
Yes, I do.
What is the brand name?
And I'm glad. It's like a natural one that has no aluminum in it, because
you bullshit.
How am I bullshit?
Okay, keep going. Keep going.
You know, my wife is more holistic doctor anyway, so of course she's conscious of that kind of stuff, because if you rolling on deodorant with aluminum in it, sooner or later your chances are higher, I guess I'd say, that you can get cancer. That's just a real thing. So a lot of deodorants try to say, well, we're non-aluminum stick deodorants. Right?
They do. So if you ever see Brandon playing basketball, his armpit probably stink. So
right. That's another thing. When you get the deodorant, you're gonna have to apply it more often, because it's not gonna hold you like the other deodorant.
So you better watch out. So, but he getting less of those chemicals in him. So you see the drawback.
Correct.
You can live longer, but you may get embarrassed if somebody do you wrong.
Right.
All right. Just like cast iron, no acid in this because it could create a reaction.
Got you.
I put no dishwasher. I probably put no dishwasher because you don't know what chemicals will be on it, and you may get a reaction.
Yeah, and like I say, the pod that you use or the chemicals that you put in the dishwasher sprayed on there might have a reaction to it. So I get why you put that on there.
And one of the cons, it cools quicker. Now, a positive, it heats up quick, but a con is cools quicker. So this is very conductive.
Yeah.
So when Brandon put his cold piece of chicken in here, fried it up,
it's gonna drop.
It's gonna drop.
Got you.
Yeah, you know, if you don't know what you're doing.
You're right.
And that's with any piece of chicken.
Yeah, you're right.
Any fried chicken. And you can't overload your chicken pot because Brandon, when you in a tub and you fill it up all the way, and if you get in, what'll happen?
The water level will raise up and it may overflood.
Okay.
Overflow.
The same thing happened to your chicken. When you fill up all the way, it rises up and overflow inside the chicken.
But that's what I was gonna ask you. Do you shallow fry your fried chicken or whatever you frying? What's the best measure? I mean, what's the best process of frying a chicken to you?
Call how much money I got and how much grease. Shit, grease.
Well, that's a good point.
Oil ain't cheap.
You're right. You're right.
You know,
especially if you get a good kind of oil, like avocado oil or some of them other ones.
Who frying chicken in avocado oil, Brandon? You know, the chicken costs 10, but the oil costs 50. Who's frying chicken in avocado oil?
You though?
You can pan fry it. You put a little thin little,
there you go, right?
Like that.
But you're not gonna fill it up this much avocado.
Yeah, it matters. Call how much money I got. Oil costs the same prices more than gas now. A gallon gas $3.
Right.
Or this big $5.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Come from the same place. Stainless steel. All right. Now, Brandon made a thing. He said, how can you tell the difference? Brandon, do you see a difference?
Yes.
Do one look real shiny?
One is more polished looking.
Which one look like a soda can? This one?
No.
Or that one?
That one, the aluminum one. Yeah.
All right, so this is the soda can.
Mm.
All right, this is stainless steel, a popular brand. Pros for stainless steel. Do it all cooking. You can do about anything in stainless steel. Any kind of cooking you want. Bake, any board, any kind of cooking.
Yeah.
Usually dishwasher safe. And
you can do it.
So talk to me. Cheap ass pots. Talk to me.
Like I say, if you put a stainless steel, like I say, my mom always said, definitely don't put the stainless steel in there. You could, but it's just gonna change. It could be clean, but it's gonna affect the outside. It's gonna make it look a little. You can polish back up, but it's gonna change it a little bit.
Now, I would tell Miss Brandon's mom is a very smart lady. She's teaching y'all to, if you don't read the directions of your pots, you ain't gonna mess them up. Follow her direction.
Correct.
But sometimes you can't. Some manufacturers may design pots could be used in different areas
because they're commercial pots too. Because they'll use these in the kitchens, and I'm pretty sure they kind of putting these pots through a washing system similar to a dishwasher, and they're gonna come out fine.
Yes, or the tub of soap, you dip it, you let it go.
Right.
How often did it get washed at the Chinese food restaurant? All right. Yes, a best overall performer. So this pot, professionals can use this. Beginners need to know a little trick before we use it. I'm not going to talk about the trick on here, but this is the best overall performers.
Yeah.
Cons, non-stick. Brandon, is this non-stick?
It's gonna stick.
It's gonna stick.
It's gonna stick for sure.
But
is that a bad thing? No.
You can make it non-stick, correct?
You can, but you're gonna have to use some cooking skills to make it do what you want to do.
And a little patience
A
too.
little patience, yeah, for
A
sure.
little patience too. All right, stainless steel it costs more because it's a more costly material.
It's a better metal, right?
Yes,
In your opinion, okay.
and stainless steel could be $50 or it could be $2,000.
And it kind of lasts longer. It's not gonna last longer than the cast iron, but it's gonna last longer than another kind that we're gonna talk about soon. It's gonna last longer than aluminum. If I'm cooking every day, that aluminum is gonna start to give out, and well, it's gonna start to give into my food too. So you don't necessarily want to do a lot of that. So
Now, Brandon could have said his opinion. I don't believe his opinion. We just said
okay, why not though?
this will last longer than your cast iron.
Oh, you think so? I mean, I
Well, okay. If you buy the $50 pots, of course not. All right,
right.
But
I guess
if you buy a good quality pot,
mm-hmm.
you can put your cast iron outside and put this outside. Come back in 50 years. Let's see how the cast iron gonna look, and let's see how the performance of stainless steel is gonna look.
Correct. I got you.
All right. Or you can put that cast iron in an oven at 1,000 degrees and put this in 1,000 degrees. Come back in 2 days. Let's compare the difference.
You got you.
One may be melted on damn near loose, and this one may be still firm.
Got you.
So cast iron is thicker material, but it's a cheaper quality metal, but it has its purposes.
Gotcha. Stainless
steel could be pricey or cheap. When I first started dating Nicole, she had some pots. I consider those cheap stainless steel pots.
Okay.
When I tried I tried to cook some eggs.
Fried them or
no, just regular cook.
Scramble?
On a regular, on your stove temperature where it says low. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you put her pots on a low, that bitch be burning up hot. So you have to learn how to cook with the pots, and those was very, very. I mean, you could put a match at the bottom, it'll be boiling.
That's what I'm saying. She had gas stove, or was it electric?
It was electric stove.
Oh wow!
But the heat, the heat was so loud on the pots. It was hard to cook. Now, Brandon, 2 stainless steel pots. Can you see?
Yeah.
You see this one?
Yeah.
You see that one?
Yeah.
Back.
Uh-huh.
Back. Do you see any difference?
The one on your right looks like it has a different coating on the bottom. Yeah. That one.
No, which one got the different?
That one looked like it had a pattern or a different coating on it.
Oh, okay. How about anything else?
It's got that lip on there.
There you go. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, cheap stainless steel pots comes with a lip.
This is good. Yeah, I can see it.
What this lip does is stainless steel has a pro and a con. Mm-hmm. Stainless steel pro is stainless. So it's hard to stain.
Gotcha.
A con is stainless steel is awful at cooking.
In the wrong hands or just period, you think?
No. Pure stainless steel is awful at cooking.
Okay.
So if this was pure Brandon, you don't even know the science behind it. How you agree?
Go ahead, but I think I'm following what you're saying. They had to add something on there to make it, able to cook better. But go ahead. But that's something that I didn't know though. But go ahead, I'm following.
If we cooked on pure stainless steel pots, you could saute, you could stir fry on one side of the pan and have a piece of ice still cold.
So why is that? Why is that though? That's weird. Why is it?
The heat doesn't spread evenly.
Oh, okay. But see, that's why I say, Lewis, I think you know more about pots than the average man. Like that's something I don't know. I don't think a lot of people didn't know that. But I think that has to do with your background too, and
Yes.
Yeah. So
So
that makes sense.
with this little lip at the bottom is
Mm-hmm.
that's an Oreo. Stainless steel at the top,
Mm-hmm.
stainless steel at the bottom, and in the middle is aluminum.
Oh, okay.
Because
And that's what's on the cheap ones, or is that on the expensive, the more
cheap
expensive
ones, the cheaper ones,
the cheaper ones? Okay.
they put the lip. So at the bottom, you have even heat because aluminum heats up quick and heats up equally.
Gotcha.
Then when you work your way to the sides, your heat may not be even, but most people ain't gonna know the difference.
I got you.
Because you ain't sauteing something on the side.
I got you.
Now, watch this one. No lip. I just told you stainless steel by itself don't cook well. So is it aluminum in this pot, Brandon?
No,
It is.
What? Okay, go ahead.
It's a thin layer of aluminum all around the pot.
So go ahead.
Instead of going up a little bit, they made the whole pot like that.
Okay, well that makes sense because I was wondering if neither one has aluminum in it.
All of them got aluminum in it.
Okay, so all of them just have aluminum in it.
But one only has it at the bottom.
This one
has it throughout.
But why is stainless steel the metal like that? What makes that metal, like whenever you form it into a pot, not able to get direct heat on it evenly and it transfer differently? What makes it, I guess, spread out?
Do I look like a material engineer to you, Brandon?
That's like one. So, telling me stuff I didn't know. I was just wondering how thorough, how deep into this you are, because that's crazy. But go ahead.
Do I look like a material engineer to you?
You sound like one. You sound like one.
But I ain't one. So I don't break it down to the molecule levels and how the molecules react.
All in. Okay, that's fair enough. But that's interesting. Something I want to look into, just because that's weird. Because when you buy stainless steel, I guess in a fine print, it's gonna say it's got aluminum in it.
No, it may say that in the fine print, but how you'll know for a cheap pot and a high price pot? High price pot, it says plied, so it has different plies in there, like an Oreo. One layer stainless steel, the inside layer is aluminum, outside layer is stainless steel. So it look all stainless steel, but it's a thin line of aluminum in it.
I got you.
So you can get the heat all the way around.
That's interesting.
So when you step your game up in pots, you won't have that little lip at the bottom. You won't have that BBL at the bottom.
Right. And that's what like, and like I said, I think that's the ones commercial I guess kitchens would use, like a chef would use. That's what it looks like. I don't usually see the ones with the lip on it.
Yeah, or they'll use carbon steel, which that's another topic if we talk about that. I don't have one of those pots. I got one in my cart for Amazon, but I don't have one yet because I don't be spending money like that. Everything I got going on. All right, non-stick.
Which is probably my favorite and the easiest to cook with. But go ahead.
Non-stick right here. Good overall cooking. And you could do almost anything in this, but be careful about putting it in the oven. But you could do almost anything with this. It's great for beginners. Why is great for beginners, Brandon?
Because it's non-stick. Like, it don't matter. You can leave the chicken in there or the steak in there. It's not going to stick to it. And, like if you have a stainless steel and it's stick, it's a chance you could tear the meat or something like that. But with that, it's forgiving. I would say that. You
see those marks on there, it was sticking to this damn paint. And this is a $350 non-stick.
Okay. Yeah.
You sometimes you have to use in the beginning. No, but most directions says use a little bit of oil in it.
Oh, okay.
Just a little bit. It did not do that in the beginning, and I'm going to explain why. All right. Non-stick. Non-stick right here. What you think is made of, Brandon?
It's got to have aluminum in there.
And in my opinion, most are aluminum. So they are aluminum pot, kind of light. And they spray some cancer-causing materials.
Right. I'm trying to think of the name. What's it called?
Cancer-causing materials on the inside.
Right.
It requires less oil, and the cleanup is quick.
Yeah.
Brandon mom said, don't stick these in the dishwasher. I will agree, because if you don't got the high price kind, they probably can't handle it. But it's stainless. Why you just don't wash it right then?
Yeah, it's
Is
easy.
that quick?
It's really easy. You can wipe it out.
Lifespan. It's how many years, Brandon, I got on here? My
You got
opinion.
10. You got 10.
No, I got a range.
I got 1 to 10.
1 to 10.
Yeah.
The first time you use this pot, that's the best it's gonna get.
Yeah,
After that,
right.
is downhill.
Downhill, right? And then, like I say, I'll probably use mine about a year because I cook a lot in a nonstick, and it'll start chipping, it'll start peeling. And
Yeah,
when
how
your
much
pot,
you pay for your pots?
well, though nonstick, like I've got some, it's some cheap nonstick, and like I say, that's my go-to. I rather do those because it's quick and easy. You can do what you need to do and be done with it. But those pots don't last, so
How much
that's
you pay
why.
for your pots?
I can't remember how much it was. Like $100. Not
Yeah, see,
expensive.
that's the problem.
Yeah,
That's the
that
problem
not
right there.
expensive non-stick pots. But my stainless steel set that I have is more expensive. Maybe like in the 300, closer to 400 range.
Do we got BBL at the bottom?
I don't know. I gotta check now, and I think it does. But
but it's still good. I still cook with pots with BBL.
Yeah, for sure. but it is what it is. But like I say, now I know that. You know, it's just interesting to see that kind of stuff, because like I say, you think you got stainless steel, you think you have the commercial, the best, kinda. You got close to the best, but not really.
If I was Brandon, I will recommend. I'll put a link below. I would recommend Brandon probably spend maybe 300, 250 to 350 on non-stick.
Steel or
No,
non-stick?
non-stick if you're gonna use them.
I got you.
Like this pot, I got these for Nicole for a housewarming gift 2008.
Mm-hmm.
And they still performing. They do got wear.
Yeah. But it's not like mine. Mine, the material is coming off.
Yeah, you don't supposed to be eating that, Brandon.
I know. That's why I say. That's when I know. Look, I need to throw these away.
How old are they?
Not old. And you know, like I said, I like to cook high heat. And my mom always tell me, Brandon, you can't cook high heat on these skillets. But that's why I've shifted over to stainless steel, just because I can do a higher heat. I can make the food look like I want it to do, and I don't have to worry about the chemicals breaking down in my food because the material's coming off.
If Brandon want to do non-stick, you could get. Brandon say he cooks a lot. I could say he go get, and they travel a lot, so he'll cook that much. So Brandon gonna get a good 7 to 10 years out of a good 300 set of pot. Because Brandon, that's not peeling off, Brandon. That's just like
no. I can tell the difference. Yeah, no. Mine when I start seeing it coming off, it's coming off. Like
what kind of utensils you using too?
Wooden ones.
Oh, with the wooden ones it comes off?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now you'll see on here as a con, I said no metal utensils.
Yeah.
Now the kind I recommend, Brandon, that costs about $350. You can use metal utensils, but I still won't recommend it.
Yeah, I don't think I use metal. Just it's for me, metal doesn't feel right in a skillet or in a stainless steel skillet either.
But sometimes you got to get the metal to get up in there, though.
Well, to do what? To flip something? What do you?
Will you use your wooden stuff on your griddle outside?
No.
Why not?
I would, but for some reason, I just wouldn't do it. But like I say, that does make sense. I don't worry about that surface, that black stone surface. But for some reason, that non-stick, I would. The stainless steel, I don't like metal on metal like that. It just doesn't feel natural to me. But
maybe one benefit of using metal, you may could get under the crisp part, so you won't knock some of the crisp off the pot if you're that serious.
I got you.
This one got chemicals, like Brandon says. His is cheaping off. Never buy these used, because I forgot when, but sometimes in the 2000s they had a huge recall on this stuff. And people are donating, and they donate you the one who got cancer in them. And you think you'd be buying something good.
Right.
Never buy used. Don't use no metal utensils. This is good for beginners, man. Great overall cook.
I got you.
Brandon, to get off them $100, pay about $250. You'll see a big difference. All right, hold on. So Brandon gonna have a little test here.
Okay.
All right, Brandon. I have some pasta
Okay.
out of the spaghetti sauce.
Mm-hmm.
What pots can I use to cook this in?
Not a cast iron.
Okay.
I wouldn't really do. You could do stainless steel, but I probably wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do aluminum either. I would do non-stick or stainless steel if I had to choose.
All right. Brandon is correct. You cannot use cast iron unless you want to be eating some metal.
Have you ever done? I've done like a tomato sauce in a cast iron, and when you're trying to clean it, and it's just never the same. Like you can still see the red color in the cast iron, and you can try to clean it, but that's why I would say go ahead. It's the tomato, the acid.
You messed up your season if it had one on there. You messed up your seasoning.
Right, and that goes back to what you were saying. Don't put any acid in that. Yeah. And tomato sauce is acid, so
it's an acid or any high base stuff. Aluminum can't put no acid in it, but you can use, like I said, professionals. Brandon said professionals won't cook the spaghetti in the stainless steel pot, but you can use. This is the best pot for everything.
Right, so you will go stainless steel. I don't know, just me. I'm not gonna say I'm lazy, but I will go non-stick if my non-stick is available. Just because that tomato, that sauce, I want an easy cleanup. It's gonna be easy cleanup with that non-stick.
To be honest with you, I go with non-stick too. Mm-hmm. I'll go with non-stick because I wouldn't use to grab one of these because only benefit just to have over a non-stick with this, it can sear up your meat better.
Yeah, for sure.
So but you won't be able to see the sears in the meat, so it wouldn't give
it don't matter no way. Right.
I would go with non-stick. So Brandon learned something today. Okay. How about this, Brandon? We got lemon chicken. Lemon pepper chicken.
Okay. So
which one would you use?
I'm definitely going stainless steel because you want to get that nice sear. You could do non-stick. But you want to stay away from the cast iron. I mean, you can do cast iron for the chicken, but the lemon, no.
Brandon, just lemon on the chicken.
But that's
Brandon.
what I'm saying. But
they squeezed it.
Right. Well, when I think cast iron and chicken, that's what you want to do. But if you're doing lemon, no, you can't do the cast iron or the aluminum.
Okay. All right. You got a steak right here. How should you what can you use to cook this steak?
You can do the cast iron or the stainless steel. You can do non-stick too, but that'll be my third choice. And last, I mean, if I was out in the woods, we was camping and I had an aluminum pot, I could throw it in there and make it work.
There you go. You could do all of them. This will cook all of them with no problem. Aluminum pot just heat up quick because you ain't using no heat from a $1 billion cup. You use a damn some wood sticks. You need it to heat up quick.
Right.
All right, we got some eggs. Which one you using, Brandon?
Non-stick. Have you done? Okay, let me ask you. Have you done eggs in stainless steel? Because you probably have, but your eggs aren't going to
makes better eggs than non-stick.
You think it does? I don't eat eggs like that, and I've done some eggs sometimes in stainless steel. So you would rather do your eggs in stainless steel though? Man, like I said, I don't do eggs like that. I ain't. Go ahead.
This is called an omelet skillet.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, I just learned this.
But break this down because I don't cook eggs, and you can't. The eggs can get stuck to the bottom of.
Hell no.
Okay, go ahead. Tell me why.
All right. This cooks eggs like the professionals.
Okay.
So when Brandon,
because that is what they use. Timothy says stainless steel because that is what the professionals will be using in the kitchen.
Brandon can't recreate this egg in a non-stick.
No, that's a good point.
Brandon cannot recreate that egg right there in a non-stick.
Okay, well, tell me why. I agree. Now that I think about it, I agree.
With this one, now you gotta have 4 extra minutes, Brandon.
Okay.
You got to get this pan hot.
Super hot?
You got to get it hot. You got to get it hot. But you got to get it hot enough that when you sprinkle water on there, the water turns to balls instantly.
I got you.
The water turns to balls instantly.
I got
And
you.
when you roll the pot around, it's like a bunch of balls rolling.
I got you. I've seen that. I think I've seen that on shows, but like I said, I haven't done that.
My thing. I just learned this last year.
Oh, okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Then once you get that, then you put oil in here.
Mm-hmm.
You squirt your oil around like that. Your oil got to look like a top of a river a little bit. You know how that little ripples get in there?
Yeah. I got you. Mm-hmm.
And then at that point, then you put your eggs in there. if you want them to look like that, you put a little butter.
Okay.
And the heat. Now you could fry them like they cook at the Waffle House, or you can have your heat a little low. They could come out like that.
I got you.
But you got to keep moving them side.
You have to have time and patience.
Yeah, you can't let it stick. But Brandon could not cook that in a non.
I got you. That's fair enough. I have to concede to that. And Timothy did say stainless steel stick eggs, non-stick for home use. Yeah, that's what I say. Like if you're doing it at home and you don't care what it looked like or the outcome that much, but in a restaurant, if you're paying good money for like have a breakfast spot, like where people really care about the eggs, they're gonna have a stainless steel pan. They're gonna be doing it like how you just said. So
my mom, my sister, they make some of the best eggs. Like somehow they make some of the best eggs, and they learn how to do it like naturally.
Really,
stainless steel.
That's a lost art form. I don't think people are passing that stuff down like they used to.
I had to try it's corner. How do I want to eat my eggs? Do I want my eggs the Waffle House style? Do I want these high price eggs like this? Or I just want to make some damn quick ass eggs.
But and you know, I don't eat eggs. And when we was at the restaurant, we had a breakfast dog, and you know, it's a hot dog. You got eggs on it, so you had to scramble the egg, put some bacon in it, cheese, kind of fold the egg over. Like I said, a lot of people like the hot dog, but I never really. That's one of the hot dogs I never really tried. So, and I'm not a big egg eater. I'm not an egg eater at all, unless it's in my fried rice or something like that. But I always wonder how people do the eggs. And you know, people are funny about the eggs. That's a touchy little subject. Like I don't care, but people are funny about the eggs.
Yeah, I only eat them scrambled all the way done. I don't eat no runny eggs.
That's what I'm about to say. So you don't eat no runny. I made some burgers like that. People want to runny egg burgers, so you know.
Nah, you get that. Motherfucker, you going up in the bird's nest, grabbing the egg. Looking like that ain't one of bird's nest eggs.
Gotcha.
All right, Brandon, you gotta cook. You gotta clean your stainless, you gotta clean your product.
Okay.
What can you put in the dishwasher?
Well, we talked about it. You said you can put a cast iron in there. I wouldn't do it.
Who said that?
I thought that's what you said. You said you can put it in there, but you'll have to clean it.
No, you can't put that in there.
I'll just make sure. Yeah, okay, yeah, because it's gonna come out brown and you know discolored. So no, you can't put Can you put aluminum in there? I guess you can, but I wouldn't do that either. You said maybe that's what you said. Maybe you said you can put stainless in there. Okay, maybe that's what you said. Yeah, it was stainless and non-stick. Okay, maybe that's what you said.
Yeah, it was stainless and maybe non-stick. You got to read the directions. But that when you put non-stick in there, believe me, it's gonna take some of the life off your pot.
Yeah. So the best measure would be just hand wash and clean up that way.
Correct. Yeah, even better, wash them damn pans. Because wash the pans in your hand and put the side stuff in because the pan take up the whole damn dishwasher.
Yeah, it do.
You know, wash your pans. Time you finish cooking with them.
I got you.
And
sometimes you be lazy. You start throwing stuff in there, and then you regret it when you open it the next day. So,
all right, Brandon, Mr. Taylor, we try to expand off Horizon, and Brandon had this request 2 weeks ago. So now we're about to get into some other stuff. But that was our presentation.
Yeah, and I said, I appreciate it. I did learn some stuff, and I'm pretty sure people at home learn too. Because you know, you can talk about current events and all that stuff, but it's some funny stories and it's some stuff people can learn from cooking. Because it's a lot of men that don't know, but it's a lot of men that have actually learned different things when it comes to cooking and being independent. Like we always talk about women being independent, but it's important for men to be independent too.
Brandon, the guy
self-sufficient. Let's say, well, go ahead.
Yeah, self-sufficient. I got a feeling ain't nobody cooking no more. In 10 more years, Thanksgiving gonna be canceled. Cause ain't gonna be no women in there cooking.
Yeah. Well, that's another because I watched Kendra G, and she's starting to really get on the women and trying to explain to them like, look, y'all are kind of Xing yourself out because you're wanting certain things, but men, they're starting to outsource a lot of stuff. Like a man can get somebody to be a maid or get a cook, and he just be at work, and just if he wants to have a sexual relationship with somebody outside of that, he could just do that. So I'm not sure what people are gonna do as far as dating. Like you say, things are just changing, and we may not have Thanksgiving like we used to have, and some of the other things. So
Thanksgiving be stovetop stuff, stovetop lasagna.
Which I'm not mad at, but that's not a traditional. It's not a tradition. Do you like those casseroles and stuff like that? I know a lot of people like to say that's more of a
hold on.
Wonderful.
You better not say no damn green bean casseroles, bro.
Yeah. Do you like green bean casserole?
Why would I like it? Oh, hold on. I forgot to do this. Hold on. I forgot to do this. Hold on. All right, Brandon. I forgot to do this. Now this is.
And I was going to ask you about
media.
this. Okay.
This goes around social media all day long.
Right.
Now this pot is a hybrid.
Mm-hmm.
It is non-stick, stainless steel, and I don't know what's at the bottom, but non-stick and stainless steel.
Right.
Now, Brandon, these pots cost $700.
Okay.
How you think these pots would perform?
They should perform really good if they're $700. They should last for because they're $700. I'm thinking they put the best technology, the best seals, the healthiest materials in it. So hopefully that's what you're gonna tell me. I should be able to buy this pot and not have to replace it ever.
Now, in my presentation, how long I said non-stick lasts?
About 10 years or the max.
All right, they put non-stick in this, right?
Yeah.
So how long do you think they go last?
About 10 years. But what's the reason I should buy it? Like, because I can see it stick with cast iron.
They try to get you on this one. So this is a hybrid pot. Let's see, can I bring it close? Get a close-up picture.
And I was gonna say too, you remember those, because it's been a lot of little advancements, quote unquote advancements, when it comes to pots, but it really hasn't been.
You'll lie.
But that's what I'm saying. It's marketing, because you remember those gold pots. It's like a material. I can't remember what it's called.
Copper,
there you go. Yeah. But that's supposed to be like the best pots, and it's affordable and it's good for you. But my mom actually bought me one of those back in the day. I cooked with it a little bit. I was like, oh no, this can't be good for you.
And that's good when you're young. If you don't got nothing.
Right, there you go.
It's better than Family Dollar pops.
Right.
Which we all bought before.
Yes, correct. And it's about leveling up. You should start with certain things, test them out, see how they fit with you, get your skills up, and level up to something else. But they had a diamond one too. They had diamond material, and they're just doing a lot of different things. But it's the same kind of thing. But I would stick to. Well, go ahead. What you want to say?
Now, this one, what makes this pot so special, you have a piece of stainless steel sticking up, and below that, you got a piece of non-stick. Okay. So your stainless steel sticks up, and your non-stick is below.
Okay.
They say you could use metal utensils because you won't never touch that.
Right.
Non-stick
part. Okay.
But how long I told you non-stick lasts?
About 10 years max.
So they said this has a lifetime warranty, right?
Yeah.
How long this company been up and running?
Probably not long.
2016. Who is the CEO?
Daniel Winter.
What's his background in? What you think, Brandon? He
business.
His background is in marketing.
Marketing, yeah.
So how would a guy who specializes in marketing know about some damn pots?
He know how to sell them. He know how to come up with a gimmick.
In his story, he was in China looking for some juicers.
Mm-hmm.
An Asian man came up to, hey man, I got these pots to sell. And there you go.
That's it.
And y'all biting them.
Right. Do you think if it was a beautiful man, not a wonderful man, it would be the same thing.
What you mean? Which on who?
Would he be able to sell
No.
it like okay, that's all I'm on. Short
He
answer.
probably won't be able to sell these because this is a gimmick. It looks good on social media.
Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay is cooking it. But the best time you use these pots, the very best performance would be the first time you cook on them. Right. And then it'll be a slow downhill grab.
And 10 years from now, you know, when it starts to give and you got your lifetime warranty, he gonna already have his money made, and the company may be changed by then anyway. So
they didn't say go to BitLocks and we give them BitLocks is the producer now. They bought us out. You see what I'm saying?
I got you.
And the companies, every company I showed you down there, they like 40, 50, 60, 70 years old.
Right.
But this one's 2006.
New people in the game, right?
Yeah. So I wouldn't buy these pots because I got a feeling it won't last a lifetime. I was thinking about buying them, but I thought about it. Man, it does all this money for non-stick, man, you crazy.
Right.
All right, Brandon, we can get into your stuff.
Yeah, I just got some topics like we kind of did last time. We ain't gonna spend too much time on it, but I do want to touch on certain people. You do know who this is, right? This the best player in the NBA right now. He might be the GOAT.
Some people say this guy is better than Dirk.
Yeah, I heard that too. How you feel about that? Like I'm old school, I guess. We're old school now. Like that's disrespectful. Dirk is a champion. Luka is a very talented player. Like I said, I saw him play live. He wasn't having a season like he's having now. He's having a better season, but nobody's playing any defense. Like he dropped 70 on the Hawks, and if you look at a lot of the gameplay, they barely guarding him.
Well, Brandon, they guarding him. They did get he just taking the sleep.
The Euro, that's it.
He's taking the sleep.
But this is my thing. Like it's only certain. I mean, it's only so long that's gonna work on me, and I'm gonna D you up. Like let me put you on the court. Like you have the energy. You're young. You're athletic. You're gonna let somebody score that many points on you?
Yes.
You gonna okay? But why are you gonna let? Why are you gonna let that happen?
Because I've seen it before.
Okay. So you saying it's nothing special anymore? Because
no, I see people move slow as hell, and you say I go guard this motherfucker. they still score on you.
Okay. But why is it so he should be able to do this every game, right? He's unstoppable. There's no way that
you can't do this every game. Everybody will have a hot hand. Okay. Last time I had a hot hand, it was 2006. Right. I was splashing threes like
and that's what it was.
I said this one time in my life I was hitting, couldn't miss.
Right. But why are analysts jumping out the window saying he better than Dirk just because he had this big game? And like we said, it's a different NBA now. So 70 may be like 40 or 50, just because the way the game is played, the lack of defense, the different rules, like players don't even want to guard players too close because you might get a foul call. Like you can't push people, you can't lean on them, you can't play like they used to play. So should we say he's better than Dirk now?
Wait till he turns 35 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Dirk was still putting up decent numbers at 35.
Right.
And he had to, like he said, I couldn't drive to the lane no more and take those hits. I had to learn how to do a one leg step back that looked crazy.
Right. And that worked. Right.
Yeah. Let's see can he does that once his athleticism, well, he don't got once his current athleticism really goes down.
Correct. And who did Dirk beat in the finals? Did he beat just anybody? Or did he beat like a LeBron team that they kind of were supposed to lose to? Like we can't just do Dirk like that. Just be like, oh, now he dropped 70.
Dirk beat a lot of people. He probably beat one of the best teams in the 2000s, the Spurs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
probably beat.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Kobe Bryant.
right. Imagine going through that in the West Coast. Tim Duncan team. Maybe they had Kawhi. I can't remember, but that Spurs team coached by Popovich, that was a really good team. Then you go against the Lakers who had Kobe.
Yeah.
it's just a different, and everybody was playing defense. Everybody wanted to win. Dallas wasn't supposed to win that year. Then to get to the finals and then beat LeBron. I'm not gonna say make LeBron choke, but LeBron and D Wade, they were supposed to win that championship. And Jason Terry and what's the little white dude, a wonderful dude that they had? What's his name?
The Spain guy. Yeah, I know his name.
I can't think of his name. God, no, but
yeah, I know. Yeah, man, see women.
Right, he about 5'6".
5'6" guys could put something on you now.
Yeah, and he was almost a LeBron stopper. Like they I remember LeBron trying to post him up. I can't think of his name. We'll have to look it up later. But
stop with a J or something, ain't it?
Yeah. What? Yeah. I ain't gonna worry about looking up because is it JJ Barea? That's what it is.
Yes. Yeah.
So just think about that. So a short guy, Jason Terry. I think Jason Terry got a tattoo of the championship on his arm before they even won too. So just that team, they might have had Tyson Chandler too.
Jason Kidd.
But like I say, that we just can't let like Luka has a lot to prove. He's good, but let's not do Dirk like that. Dirk is he one of the top 50? You say he's top 50, right?
Yeah, I can't name 50 good NBA. Yeah, so he got to be the top 50. I can't name 50.
But like I said, we can't put too much credence on how many points players are scoring now. Just because Embiid scored 70, Booker scored 60 the other day. Like it's a lot. Like the talent and skill is up, but the defense is kind of down. Like they kind of just letting at a certain point when they see you hot, they kind of just guard you a little bit. And
man, we don't know the talent in defense. You don't know the talent is up. People be saying that.
They say that
because you think people couldn't shoot threes back in the day. You just didn't need to shoot them.
You just didn't do it. Yeah, you didn't do it. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Like, you think Reggie Miller couldn't shoot no threes?
Reggie Miller for sure can shoot threes, yeah.
How about Ray Allen?
Yeah, for sure.
And Ray Allen,
but they wasn't shooting like that. Just imagine if Ray Allen was shooting like 10 threes a game. They just wasn't playing. They just weren't really playing like that. When he got on the Heat, they kind of were trying to get him to shoot like that. But the way Curry play and Harden sometimes, like their objective is to come down the court and shoot a three, swing the ball around and shoot a three. It just wasn't like that back in the day.
Man, you shoot a three back in the day, your ass getting benched.
You might.
What's gonna happen? The air ball or that ball go bounce high.
Right.
It gonna take somebody with a little hustle to run out. Then you got a fast break opportunity.
Yeah, it seems like they don't really care whether you miss a three or not. They rather you shoot it opposed to shooting a two or going for a two. So I don't know.
Yeah,
like I said, we're not gonna spend too much time on that. That's our little quick NBA because we don't want to. We got to talk about Lamar a little bit. I hate to see him go home. How do you? Did you watch the game?
Yes.
I didn't necessarily. Okay, well, you tell me what you saw during watching the game from Lamar.
Lamar or the whole team?
Well, let's start with him.
Okay, Lamar. Okay, Lamar was trying to prove all these Caucasian people wrong.
That he could throw.
That he could throw. So he stayed in there maybe a click or two too long, and the people was on him, man.
Mm-hmm.
The offense and the defense lines for the Kansas Chiefs was pretty good.
Yeah.
He had,
like we said, that's a big part of the game. That's a big part of winning a football game is your offensive defensive line. But go ahead.
His game was eerily similar to Patrick Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
But Patrick got the win. And now they just dogging this man out.
Right. Because they did shut Patrick Mahomes' offense down in the second half. Right?
Basically, they shut him down the whole game.
Yeah, okay. That's fair enough. They did score some, but
Baltimore got shut down the whole game, and some passes wasn't called, and some passes were some penalties was called on the other team.
I got you. Do you think Lamar should have ran more, or they should have leaned more on a running back? Because they were saying they didn't have that many running plays. You just think they just?
I think they should have changed the play calling, doing more slants or go 5 to 10 yards because the hole wasn't collapsing. They should have did plays like that. Also, they should not have those penalties.
I got you.
I think Lamar played okay.
Okay.
And I think if you, some people you could look at this stuff with a fine tooth comb.
Yeah, yeah,
All his throws was usually on target,
yeah.
but like the receiver was just that far
What?
off,
Yeah, right, right.
and it just that in front of him.
But you know what? I don't like how they want to dog pile on him and make him like the villain, I guess. It's like a lot of people wanted to hate on him, but they were waiting for him to lose. And now we can
Yeah,
talk about all the negative things. But like I said, he had a great season. He's not a perfect quarterback. He got some things to work on. The team has some stuff to work on, really. They got to work on some of the
discipline.
chemistry stuff. Yeah, discipline
No
too.
discipline,
Mainly.
and
Okay.
the
Yeah.
referees need to start calling passing interference.
Right, right. But they kind of might have wanted a certain outcome in the NFL. I mean, in the Super Bowl. So the Kansas City Chiefs did win, and I like I said, I didn't watch the game, but from what I hear, they were showing Taylor Swift a lot, and they were kind of making that a big deal. So, what do you have to say about this?
I'll say Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco had a debate a few days ago. Shannon Sharp said Taylor Swift is right now is the closest can move the bar like Michael Jackson.
No.
Ocho Cinco said Beyonce is bigger than Taylor Swift.
This is my thing. I think in our community for sure, Beyonce is bigger, but we're not the majority. Like, we're just not. So this is their icon for some reason. Do you know? I've heard some of her songs, but I can't really name any of her music. I don't.
But you know her name though.
I know her name. Do you think more people know Beyonce or Taylor Swift?
Taylor Swift.
You think so?
Well, we don't. Okay. Taylor Swift tour. Here's the thing. Last year they had the same tour at the same time.
Right.
Taylor Swift pulled in $1 billion. Beyonce pulled in 500 million.
Right. But do you think it's just because she has more fans because it's more wonderful people than
correct
beautiful people?
If it's 70% wonderful people and 13% beautiful people, who you think they're gonna navigate to?
Right. But that's why I would say I would have to give to make it even, I would have to give us a handicap, and that's why I would say Beyonce would be a bigger star than she would. But I get what people saying, like, if I didn't know anything about both of these people and you would line both of them up, one of them to me looks like a performer, looks like a star. To me, she's just like a regular person. Is that fair to say?
All people just regular people. Unless Michael Jackson.
But that's what I'm saying. Some people have that star quality where
Usher.
But it's one thing. If I'm walking around Target, I may not even know that this is Taylor Swift. I think if Beyonce went to a store, people would know it's Beyonce. She could probably blend in a little easier than Beyonce.
You think Beyonce never went to a store with a makeup off?
But that's what I think she has Taylor Swift may blend in easily. Like, I don't know. Maybe, like I say, maybe we're biased. Well, maybe I'm biased just because that's somebody in my community. But I don't know. If you lie, go ahead.
Put Beyonce in some pajama pants, a bonnet, and some glasses on. And a moo-moo.
Okay.
Now, you know good well they ain't nobody gonna recognize it. Huh?
And if you do the same thing to Taylor Swift,
ain't nobody gonna recognize it.
Okay. But so do you think Taylor Swift is bigger than Beyonce?
Yes.
Okay. I think so.
Yes.
Okay.
A lot bigger.
But why?
A whole lot bigger.
But that's what I'm saying. But why? Just because
people relate to him more.
How?
Because if 70% of the people look like her,
but that's
of course they're gonna relate.
Okay, but you can just say that about anybody then. Like, we could just
Michael Jackson had to turn white for him to have people fake. They wasn't faking on Thriller.
They probably weren't. They
was buying it, but it wasn't faking.
That's an interesting point.
He had that Armalago in that face.
Vitiligo.
Yeah.
Now so then he crossed over. He completely crossed over. Then they kind of okay.
Yeah, Ain't nobody was fake no Smooth Criminal. When it
That's a
first
good
came,
point.
no, Smooth Criminal is the bad album. Yeah, they was
Yeah.
fake no see, that's what you saw the crossover.
Mhm.
Thriller,
No.
brown
Bad,
skin,
yeah, bad light skin,
the
almost
bad,
white skin.
the bad
Right,
crossed over.
right,
Yeah, off the wall was a great. Ain't about faking off the wall,
right. And you know,
and that got
my
the
daughter,
classics on there.
right? My daughter is a big Michael Jackson fan. She always get on me. She's like, "Lou, Brandon, y'all got to talk about Michael Jackson on the show." I'm
What you
like,
talk about, Brandon? What she call you? Why your daughter call you Brandon?
well, she don't say it. She say dad, but you know, I'm just saying.
Oh,
She don't
dang,
say
I'm
that.
like, she say
That's a good
Brandon. I
point.
said, damn, what the? You stepdaddy?
Right. That is kind
Okay.
of funny. But no, she'll say, Dad, y'all got to talk about, Michael Jackson on the show just because he's huge to her and that's somebody she look up to. I'm gonna ask her if she know about because she likes Beyonce too. I'm gonna play her some. We're gonna listen to some Taylor Swift to see if she kind of resonate with some of her music because she's a fan of Michael Jackson because she like how he sings. I just want to know why you think people like Taylor Swift.
I think she probably makes decent music.
Okay. But isn't that
Yeah.
crazy though? Like, and it was some, we talked about Eminem. Like Eminem is a good rapper, I think, but when you have a huge base and people want you to win and they like what you're trying to do, I think you'll be supported more just because you're that race. Like I've seen a lot of white rappers, on social media, like they have big followings and can they rap? Yeah, they can rap pretty good, but what you about to say?
If Taylor Swift hold up my book, I'll probably have $10 million, Brandon.
Right.
In
Well,
the day. All she had to do is say,
but,
man, guys, get this book right here.
But
Boom!
right. But if Beyonce hold your book up, how much money you gonna have?
Now, if Beyonce hold it up, I'll probably have
I got a
maybe
number.
about 50,000.
Okay. All right. That's more than I thought. I was gonna say I'll say 50. I'll say 10,000. I'll say you had 10,000.
But I said 10 million with her.
Right. And that funny. But that just lets you know us as a community, we got to do better. We got to switch some things up. We got to support each other. We gotta like really root for our people, and not necessarily. Go ahead.
We need. I hate to cut y'all. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. No, I'm just gonna go on the top. Like we other people, other races, they really hold their people down, right or wrong. They'll forgive stuff. They'll overlook stuff. But when it comes to us, we're really hard on each other.
Unless we need a black girl promoting her. If we had a black girl who say, watch our stuff, man, we'll blow up so quick.
We'll be good.
Yeah, they don't buy for black guys. But black woman say,
right.
Get this. Yeah. Boy, I'm telling you.
But why is that?
I don't know. I don't know what it is. Well, you got to remember, they may see us and see
Pookie.
Nah, they just like they want to rebel or something.
I think if you're not like overly catering or pandering to like the woman audience, people not really gonna rock with you all the way. Like I think we're kind of in the middle. We're not on one side all the way. Like we have our views. You disagree? You think
I ain't on no side?
But that's what I'm saying. We're in the middle. That's what I'm saying. We're not on the pandering side, and we don't hate women. We don't hate black women. We're kind of in the middle. We call certain situations how we see them. And if we like something, we'll speak about it. If we don't like something, we'll speak about it. We're pretty neutral. We're pretty fair, I think. And it's hard to get that crazy, watcher if you're kind of in the middle. They either want you to hate women or fully support them.
Yeah, and like on our Nick Saban video, we gave Nick Saban props.
A lot of props. Right.
But they can't get over the 10% of objective evidence.
Yeah, and that's why I don't like it's okay to disagree. Like you may not like some of the things that we're saying, but people get so emotional and want to jump out the window and not look at any facts just because we're speaking not favorable like they would want about somebody they look up to or admire. Like I said, people might. Oh, go ahead.
The reason that happened, one of the folks will not allow beautiful folks to speak about negative about one of their peoples. They go fight for them.
I got you.
We don't fight for our people.
You remember the James Earl Jones clip? I posted that on
Yeah.
TikTok, and I kind of looked at, because sometimes you'll look at something and it'll be blowing up, and a lot of comments they were saying how, I don't know, he was hypocritical, and I said I was gonna look back into what James Earl Jones did later on in his life. I think that some people were saying like he gave his money away to white people, or wonderful people, or something like that. I don't know.
You better
But
do it. I got to delete that clip
why?
because we may get flagged on that one.
I got you. But it's just interesting how people like they'll go all the way to one side, or and they just don't want to give. They're not easily going to give props sometimes, depending on who you are. But not to get too much on that. But I want to jump to somebody else, Corey Holcomb, because I like Corey Holcomb a lot. I like his realness, his authentic self. You went to his comedy show. He does a lot of jokes that's how you want to say, they're real, they're raw, they're his part of his life. They're funny in a way that people are not telling jokes, and sometimes that's a good thing. Well, no, it's a good thing, period, because people want to be so safe, and just they don't want to get canceled. But people were getting on him for what he said about his daughter. Did you see what he was saying?
Yeah, I watched this episode today.
Mm-hmm. And go ahead.
That's the way he feels. And
yeah.
Hey, he brought some Bible verses and Quran verses. Okay. Says sometimes your enemy can be your family and your friends.
Right. You mean, I'm not gonna play the clip, but basically what he was saying, and like when I was first listening to it, like he was upset. He called his daughter a B, and I'm like, I don't know about that, but the difference, I take my situation and put it with his. That's not the same thing. I think he got a woman pregnant, and she wanted to have the baby. He probably didn't want to have it, so in a way, he just has a daughter that he's not raising. He doesn't have communication with. The mother may be feeding lies to the daughter, and she's not grown up in a household with him. So I get how he feels, especially if he sees somebody trying to use him and take advantage, or he sees the qualities in his daughter that he sees in the woman he was with. So I can kind of understand how you feel. How would you deal with it? Like I say, it's easy to be like not in the situation and comment on it, but
I don't have any kids, Brandon, but
I got
that seems like it was a toxic situation from beginning to end. Somehow the money exchange and didn't work out properly, and something happened. Right. So he just impregnated the wrong woman and got to deal with the consequences.
Yeah, and I think that's the moral of the story. Like, you have to be careful who you doing these things with. If you're gonna have sex with somebody, cool, but if you have it unprotected, there's a chance you can get this woman pregnant, and then you stuck with this person, and this person that you done created a life with. You've had this child, and then that child's gonna grow up, and it's gonna be a dysfunctional relationship between you and her, and you're gonna be over a barrel in a certain way. And he's saying he's not gonna do that. He don't want to have those kind of emotional ties with somebody that he doesn't feel that close with.
Well, if he's talking about it, obviously at one time they had a relationship.
For sure. Yeah, correct.
So I don't know what's going on, but.
And did you read any in the comments? Did you read any comments? Because I think a lot of people are saying they feel the same way. They've been in a situation where their own kids kind of turned on them. I think we talked about it with Boosie too. Like Boosie and his daughter, they kind of going back and forth.
The mama turned the kids against them.
Right. And that does happen sometimes. And that's why I say it's very important who you have a child with, because you can't always predict how somebody's going to react, but that's a big decision, and that's a decision that's going to last a long time. So,
and that's a girl. See, Brandon got a little daughter.
Right.
When his daughter turned 26 and she needs some money,
what you think I'm gonna do?
What you need some money? Brandon needed to first say, "Who you dating?"
Right. Okay. Right.
But he ain't gonna say that.
That's one of my things. Yeah.
He ain't gonna say that. But that's what gonna think. Well, you need some money. You better not be having sex with nobody. Then he gonna give his daughter some money.
Right.
I hope that don't happen. But daughters could work on pops.
Right. They will.
And they get that money.
And not to talk bad about my daughter, but like kids have that instinct where they know they can they can kind of twist and turn you emotionally.
Mhm.
And sometimes my daughter will try to do that with my wife, and my wife will check her, and I'll have to check her too. Like, you cannot do that. Like, she'll be like, I wish I want this, and you tell her, no, man, shoot, I wish I just want that thing so bad. Like, trying to be like, I wish I could have it. Like, we all do that as kids, but you cannot try to do that and get those little puppy dog looks and stuff like that, trying to, in a way, manipulate your parents into giving you what you want.
Brandon, you need to do that with your mama.
I don't know. Probably not, but like I said,
I probably hit you.
Right, she might. and that's what I tell my daughter too. Sometimes I'm like, some of the things you try to do with me, I couldn't even try to do with my mama, because my mama's gonna check me immediately. She's gonna hit me. I'm gonna get a spanking. Like, I don't do that with my daughter. Like, I communicate with her, but I break down certain things. Like, look, I'm raising you a different way. You don't want me to raise you like how my mom raised you. The results may be better that way, but that's not what we're choosing to do. So just be mindful of that when you try to do the little things that kids do. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't have any problems with my daughter. She's a great student. She listens. I'm not going through what Corey is going through, but I'm not saying that I'm not going to, but as a parent, I'm still gonna always be her father. So that's just something. Corey's always going to be that girl's father. So you can distance yourself, but what?
Brandon is living right now in his less stress-free lives right now.
Sure.
Because Brandon, don't get defeated, Brandon. But your daughter ain't gonna be no ugly woman.
Okay, I got you. Right. And is that gonna be more? Right. Is that gonna be more problems or less problems?
That could be more problems.
Yeah, correct. So
it could be problems on both sides. Her hair? How's her hair?
Long.
It don't look. Did she ever got a perm?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if she was 2 shades lighter, she had to do a lot of fighting against black women. She went around them.
And that's another topic for another day, because I do want to talk about that kind of stuff too. But
you don't want to talk about that.
I do. I'm interested in those kind of battles that we have in our own communities.
Yeah, you're right.
Do we talk junk about light-skinned dudes?
Yeah, they soft in basketball. They don't get picked up first. You gotta be bad. You gotta be bad to be picked up first. Yeah,
you're right.
So, but yeah, Brandon in his most stress-free life right now.
Correct. And somebody else going through, dating and relationship stuff.
Lord. Is that a real tattoo?
And that's what I was gonna say. I'm not even sure if this is a real tattoo. She may be doing this because she got to keep attention up, but man, I don't want to have these problems as a father. Like this, Krishan
Brandon, her baby daddy is probably a gay guy. You ain't gonna have a problem. I seen his high school pictures with the spike necklaces around him.
Oh, he had that. I just know he had played football. So you
ain't playing a football with the spike necklaces.
How old is he?
No, you ain't playing football like that.
So the golf, that's not a golf look. That's not like
man. When you kids, you go through them different stages.
Yeah.
My stage ain't never been no spike collars or something. We got some gold chains, some do-rags. But yeah, his stage was a punk rock guy.
Right, correct. But
what about her?
I was just gonna say, like, it's a lot of people following this woman. Like, she's a role model to a lot of people by default. The people they're not canceling her, right? They're supportive of her, even though they saw her in Walmart holding the baby.
Yeah, holding the baby, but who's holding the baby neck?
Right, correct. So I don't know. I think she needs better friends, because your friends should be looking out for you and trying to, like, if you saw me wilding out, would you step in?
Brandon, I'm your real friend. I'm not here. Brandon can lose his job tomorrow. I'll still be friends with him.
What you mean?
Her friends won't do that. If she lost all her income, her friends gone.
You're right. And that's because I guess she may have fake friends around her and people trying to use her
Yeah,
and pump her up to do this stuff to generate money. And sometimes
yeah.
that's people's motives. So
And they see what they do. You go to the day, hey, let me get one to get a bottle. Get this bottle. They be looking at the bottle. Sure, how me get some of that drink?
right,
You know,
right. Trying to
you,
manipulate. Yeah,
you
yeah.
think people don't do that?
They do.
Going
Yeah,
to
and even women do that too. I know people like to say that it's just men doing a lot of foul stuff. It's women manipulating and doing that kind of stuff to other women, you know.
mostly women. All right, because it's part of their weapon. It's called language.
That's what you say.
Guys are hit you in your damn face.
Uh-huh.
Women will use
which
words to
which
change.
one hurts?
Which one hurts more?
Yes.
Women. You know, words be stinging.
Yeah, they're cut deep and they last forever. You could get beat up and heal and be okay.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
interesting.
be playing. You got knocked down in basketball, get right up and playing again. But them
Right.
words,
Yeah. Some things
ooh-wee.
you can't come back from.
Yeah.
And she's a rapper, but you know, some other rap females going through some stuff. Did you hear? Because I'm not, like I said, I don't know exactly what you follow, and I know you know about the Meg case and her getting shot and that kind of stuff. But do you like Meg as a rapper? I don't think we've ever talked about that kind of stuff.
Meg,
Or Nicki, like who you think can rap better?
Nicki, don't answer that crazy ass
Okay,
question.
but some people think because I necessarily when I listen to Meg, I can't really relate to the music. She's rapping too fast to me, and I don't think she know how to make an album like Nicki can. Nicki can make a pretty good album. It's more enjoyable than what Nicki Minaj makes. I mean, I'm not Nicki Minaj. I'm Megan Thee Stallion. But go
I
ahead.
don't want to compare the women. But
We're
since
just
I laid down a track before, Meg rapped the exact same style on
every
every
song.
song for
Yeah.
the past 5 years.
But this is my
Rap,
thing.
fast rap.
Mhm. Yeah, it's every song, like her cadence is the same. The beats kind of too similar. Like I can't listen to an album where it's just sound like this. Every song sound like the same. That's kind of one of the reasons I didn't like the baby too much. Like I like the baby's music, but every song kind of sound the same. I root for him because he was from Charlotte, and I did like some of the songs, but it's just the same song every time, and you got the same producer, so it's gonna sound the same. Same thing I think with Meg, but I like Nicki. She's a really good rapper. I didn't really like that Bigfoot freestyle or whatever that was. That diss track.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. I heard hiss.
Yeah.
But
What do you think about that? Like I like the beat. No, Cobra. I like Cobra. I like the beat on Cobra because it had like a more rock style beat. But
Cobra.
yeah, you didn't hear Cobra?
No, I thought the song name hiss or something.
But that's the second one. But she had one before that.
Nah, we
Called
ain't gonna play.
Cobra.
We ain't gonna
I
play
ain't
on here.
I'm gonna try to remember so I can send it to you. But no, I really like that song as far as a song. But his don't sound his. Did you like his? His don't. I'm not playing.
It's the same. Well, hold on. No, here.
That's what
you know. That's Mr. Taylor. That's actually a good. That actually is good.
That's funny too.
Yeah.
But I can't. But do you like Busta? I like Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes was a good rapper, but like nowadays, I can't really listen to anything he puts out. He put out an album recently, but Put My Hands Where Your Eyes Can See, like stuff like that. When he was doing
Busta Rhymes has a wide range of flows.
Kinda.
Yeah. And Nicki Minaj, she has a range of flows, and she can make pop songs that have white girls. What's that?
Yeah.
Man, that bass song with a bass song
Yeah.
Bass, super bass.
Yeah, or I know which one you're talking about. It sound like a Taylor Swift song or something like that.
Yeah, correct. Or This Moment in Life. Man, this how old I am. This Moment in Life, that's about 12 years ago.
Right, but that's a great song.
Yeah.
Like you can see a pop artist on that, but she's on there rapping and kind of singing and making a song. I don't think Meg makes songs like that. And I think that's the difference.
Well, I think the problem is these two women don't need to be beefing or having problems with each other. They just mad because they look the same. Look, I did a video. All female rappers, black, gotta have a wide face, Chinese looking eyes, big lips,
Uh-huh.
and a big booty.
Mhm.
Don't these two pictures
They
are
look
both of
so
their face?
similar.
Do they got big faces, Brandon?
Yeah.
Are they wide?
Yeah.
Are the ass try to look? The eyeballs try to look Chinese?
Asian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Are the lips big?
Yeah.
Are the booties jumbo?
Yes. You said jump on.
It's the same thing. Like,
I think the music industry, they know what's gonna work. They know, like, it doesn't matter whether you can really rap or you can really create a song, but your image is what's gonna get you paid. Because you know Ice Spice, right? Can she rap? Can she really rap?
nah, she can't.
Does she need a Dunkin' Donuts commercial with Ben Affleck in that commercial? But her face, her features, they know that's gonna work, and know people are gonna like that. They're gonna follow it. They're gonna listen regardless if it's good or not.
So Brandon just said this man right here. He said the music industry know what's going to work, that's going to sell. So Brandon, you telling me this man right here,
yes,
got the ear to the street? Huh?
Basically, they know what's going to work. They know what they can feed us that's going to work. They pretty much tell us all we need is to see somebody with money and influence, and we'll follow behind them. It don't matter who they are. We follow behind Sexy Red. Right now she's pregnant. Then she have a baby father head in her between her legs doing a. I mean, what are we talking about? But that's a millionaire. That's somebody that's moving the culture. Little girls are looking up to that. They singing that little song, talking about twerking. That's who we look up to. And who can we blame? Who can we thank? Who can we thank for that?
It's us. We the problems.
We are.
These two ladies could make so much money. I remember
working together.
They used to have female rappers get on the same track. Little Kim got all the rappers. Oochie coochie my now.
Right, they did that song and that Ladies Night when
Ladies Night.
Missy,
they did
Lil Kim, yeah.
Not Little John. Ludacris. What Ludacris song brought all the girls together?
I can't remember. It's on one of his later albums.
No, it's probably about 12, 15 years ago. Ludacris had Trina on there, had Princess.
Not the Splash record. Like I can't think. I'm trying. I kind of know what you're talking about. Not the Georgia.
And then Young Gotti. What Young Gotti song? Did Young Gotti had a song to bring? Yeah, Yo Gotti, and he had a song to bring all the girls together.
I'm trying to think. I'm thinking about what's it called? Webby had Independent. I think they had like a remix. They had a bunch of women. That's the type of thing you're talking about, where it's a bunch of artists. They were trying to do
female
something.
Artists.
Yeah, female artists.
What's the last time we had one of those?
We don't do it because I think they know if we're fighting when we're not really getting anywhere. And I'm not gonna say Nicki is to blame because it was a time where Nicki was on top. Well, no, I'm gonna say Lil Kim was on top. And what happened? Nicki came through, was beefing with her.
Nah, Brandon.
Go ahead.
Nicki came through. Little Kim was out the game for 10 years.
She was. But did she have to do it like that? I felt bad for Lil Kim because like I say, look, I'm not gonna say Lil Kim come from the era where you were beefing, but at that point, it wasn't really a competition. It's like it's a legacy act and a newcomer. So y'all could have just got along, but I think sometimes I'm not gonna say woman's ego, but for some reason you kind of want to beat the best and you feel like you got to annihilate everybody when it doesn't have to be that way. You can rap and we can have everybody on a song.
I would tell you, Nicki, problem.
What is it?
Nicki problem is her attitude didn't get checked in middle school. So she was always that pretty girl. I mean, you know how she looked when she first got in the game.
Yeah. I saw a video. Did she have her hips like they are now?
No, regular hips. Drop dead gorgeous. I think she went to that private school and probably bully all them white girls. And they
don't know how to turn it off. You can't turn it off now.
And they can't. She can't turn it off.
I got you.
She on top. Wow, if you the number one selling female rapper ever, thanks to Lil Wayne and Drake.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you beefing with a person who only got one rhyming style?
Right.
Why
And
are you
you're an
beefing with a person
icon.
who can't even
Right.
speak English? Cardi B.
Right. Right.
You
Because you
know?
feel like you have to. And for the most part, you would think men would be going at each other more, but it's actually the females going at each other more in the industry. Like they can't even, it's not really in those songs where it's a couple girls on the same song together. Like that's rare when it should be the opposite. Like it'll be an album with males and it'd be other males featured, but usually when it's a female rapper, like how many rappers you think Meg is gonna have on her female rappers you're gonna have on her album? Is it
You
gonna be
already
more?
know two. Go be two.
Who?
Cardi B, and she may have
Yeah, that's her. But like,
Ice Spice. That's it.
right, that's it. But if she's gonna have a male featured on the album, like that would make more sense. But she's not gonna go outside of her little group. And same with Nicki. Like, but I think if they would rap and help each other, and it was a time where Cardi B and Nicki was on the same song before.
No, that song wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to happen. But
and they beefed on that song.
You're right. They were throwing shots at each other.
They got mad because
which is weird
on there.
Right.
Motorbike.
Right. Because I think she was saying she was the quarterback and the other girl was Vince Lombardi or something like that. But it's no need to do that. But that's what they do. They can go on that Meg because Meg got millions of dollars in commercial money. I think Nicki is upset because their Rock Nation or whoever she's backing, who she's backed by, is giving her more money, and like it's just not fair how they're pushing her up, and they've always pushed Nicki out the way because she didn't play ball.
No,
but listen, who's on Planet Fitness commercials right now? Who got McDonald's hottie sauce or whatever she got? I think Nicki never really got those endorsements, and she's a better rapper.
I bet she got those I bet she probably didn't want to do those endorsements.
You think so? Well, if you're not gonna do them, you can't get mad at people who are and they're less talented than you.
Brandon,
yeah, she did post that.
Nah, Brandon,
you know she got the first BBL.
Brandon, how
this
you get
back when it first came out, though? These are prototype BBL.
Brandon, how you get endorsements, Brandon? How you think? how you get endorsements, Brandon?
But Nicki, this is what they had. This was the technology that was available. That's what you had to go with. Could you see it when you got pants on? No, but when you try to put something else on,
that's where everything.
You're right.
Well,
but we on a different version of BBL now, though. So,
Brandon, I told you we did a video about the pots. That spray on stuff don't last forever.
It don't last forever. You're right.
You know, your body's attacking what's inside your stuff anyway.
Correct.
I mean, the white blood cells, the antibiotics is attacking.
It's trying to force it out, really.
And once it attacking, be looking like this.
Right. But
you're supposed to be a Planet Fitness.
Well, as long as they show the top up, she's good. And put some pants on, you won't even care. You'll go. Meg is in a cloud on that Planet Fitness thing, so you can't even really tell what's going on.
Brandon, only time she top up, she had to be playing her secretary.
Okay.
You know, she can't be you can't show them top up.
You're right. Well, I don't know. But to sum it up, like we're in a game and we're not at the top controlling stuff. So people are making us do this kind of stuff and they're making us fight each other. Well, we really just need to come together. Whether it's
no, you can't see. Oh, you can see on the screen,
right? And that's what I saw a video about her birthday and how she looked when she first came in the game to what she looks like now. So,
yeah, she's 41. Yeah, now, Mr. Taylor. I was thinking about this a few hours ago. I said BG should feel ashamed of itself.
And you kill me with them videos when you send me them BG videos. What? Like it's just
I'm not talking about the bisexual stuff with BG. I'm talking about BG. I listened to a video that probably came out 15 years ago, he was talking about
Mhm.
I'm the hot boy. I'm one of the hot, and then
Right.
he make a song that came out last month talking, yeah, I'm ready to the hot boy. Man, where you gonna get? You still
So what
living
should he
on
do?
2000?
What you want to hear BG talking about? I'm spinning the block, say I'm standing on business. That's what you want him to
That's
say?
what he's still talking about. I want to see BG manage some. BG, why are you rapping?
Okay, let me ask you this though: when Hot Boys first came out, who was your favorite rapper out of everybody?
Lil Wayne.
It was Lil Wayne. I think my favorite was Lil Wayne, but next was BG. I would say BG was next, and as I got old, I still like his I ain't gonna say his catalog is better than Lil Wayne, but I still like a lot of his music. It's all of it's gonna sound the same. He's talking about the same stuff, all of it. It's just different beats.
But you 45 years old.
I
See,
like
Mr. Taylor, as I got older, like when I listened to those songs as a teenager, then I listened to the same songs as like in my 30s. Juvenile had some of the best verses.
Yeah. When you say best verses, you mean they were
Shit,
clever?
Talk about how ain't gonna have nobody talk about how they done me. My mom didn't wait a whole. My mom was a bitch for that.
Right.
She could have had a hole for that.
Right. He had some real classic bars that made it hit you different when you're older. Like us at 17 or however old we were, like it don't hit the same. It's just because we haven't had that experience yet. We ain't really go through the stuff he went through, what that he was rapping about.
Yeah, has somebody done me? Shit. And then going to your mama telling somebody right. Did you don't want that to happen to you.
And 400 Degrees, that's still one of my favorite Cash Money albums. I would listen to that over a lot of the Lil Wayne albums anyway. I like the Carter. I like the Carter 2. I think the Carter 2 may be my favorite Lil Wayne album, but that 400 Degrees, Follow Me Now, If You're Wrong and On, like just you get that New Orleans, like you get the whole vibe of that album. Like I really enjoy that album.
400 Degrees, I believe that's Cash Money greatest selling album.
Probably so. And like when we saw that video, when we saw like how he was rapping on it, nobody was rapping like that. Nobody was doing like a song, like a line and then put or at the end or the beginning, however he was doing it. It was something fresh, something different. And like I say, it was just like Juvenile is his own. I don't think Juvenile get any credit at all now. Like people don't really talk about him that much. And Manny Fresh, like these are some legends that we kind of forget about.
Juvenile, he made songs that would go pop. Now my memory just went bad.
No, that's I like what you say. Like he made big hits. Like Juvenile was like that slow motion. Like
that was a hit.
Yeah, back that thing up and
back the thing up. I got the fire. Girl, I got fire.
Yeah, got that fire. Right.
Yeah, he made like pop songs. And you're right, he doesn't get enough stuff. And you gotta remember, he was one of those old school DJ
but he had a different experience. And I remember one Juvenile song. It's like a real song that people really didn't think about. Like he had a song like "You Gonna Take That 5" or "You Gonna Take It to Trial." And go be denied. He had a song like that. Like at the time when I was a child, I didn't really understand that, but he was breaking down how the system works and what you're gonna do in the court if you get these charges and just giving you a different side of the game. And I like Pimp C for the same kind of reasons, but people don't really talk about Juvenile when he has huge hits.
They used to play a song at the strip called it's one of his singles, Rodeo.
Mm-hmm.
Shake that, work that, roll that. Let me do the. See, he actually talk about real stuff in the song,
right? And like I said, with a BG, it's the same thing over and over. But I don't know, Juvenile giving you that authenticity that I think the other ones were kind of missing. Like Lil Wayne, you know what Lil Wayne gonna do? I like Turk too, but Turk was one level, one side. He just had that he could rap. It'd be the same thing, kind of like how Meg is, but Juvenile when you can have different range and play with your voice and make different melodies, I think that's what makes a great artist.
I got the fire. I'm gonna have to listen. Maya. Yeah. You said that to a girl today. You think she know what you talk about? Hi, little boy. If you want to ask my girl,
she might, but you might be in trouble. I don't even think you can say stuff like that nowadays.
You can't say Oscar Mayer.
No, no, without somebody getting offended. You can say that back in the day.
Nah, bro. See, bro,
or give me a project.
You that's what they. Girl, that you now because you said that you want to ask girl, how little water you want to ask Maya. Now, what's she gonna get offended because of that?
Yeah. You can't take a woman to Cheesecake Factory. You definitely ain't talking about no Oscar Mayer, no Glizzy.
Okay, but let you be 6'5", you could say that
and make it 6 figures, right?
Yeah. All right, Brady, you want anything else?
No, that's it. We'll go ahead and end it. Shout out to Timothy for joining the chat and everything. And make sure you guys check out our videos. We got a couple of videos that's going viral. Which
Tim, watch this. When I think about it, I thought about this 2 weeks ago. Juvenile was the best artist on Cash Money, better than Lil Wayne.
I kind of agree. He wasn't bigger than Lil Wayne. I think you could say
he was bigger.
Okay. He got the best albums. Even the album before, like he was kind of the foundation of Cash Money. Lil Wayne was too young at the time when they was first rapping and stuff, and he kind of got better as they got old. Like the Hot Boys album, when he put his own solo album out, finally he kind of took off. But Juvenile was holding it down. BG kind of was too, but Juvenile definitely was holding it down.
Okay,
who'd you hear about first? I heard about BG first with Chopper City in the Ghetto. I think that's where I really first took them serious. Like I was like, okay, I gotta go look at this CD.
I heard Juvenile, then I went back.
Mm-hmm.
I went back to get it how you live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Juvenile introduced me to Cash Money and it allowed me to go back and look at the old catalog.
I got you. Timothy said Lil Wayne was younger in his prime. Hip hop is a young man's sport. Yeah.
Lil Wayne did control the rap scene for 10 years.
Dominated.
10 straight years.
I'm gonna
that'll make you the best.
That's what I was about to say.
Cash Money.
Same. Back to our Beyonce Taylor Swift conversation. We got the same thing with Cash Money. Lil Wayne is Beyonce. Drake is Taylor Swift. Who is bigger in your mind? But that's what I'm saying. But who is?
I know who's bigger. I hate to say Drake is bigger.
Yeah, that's
even though I like Lil Wayne better, but Drake is bigger.
Right. But why do you think it is? Do you think skill level wise, or do you think what?
Most devs said it best. He makes edgy target music.
Correct.
It says it best.
Remember the Tootsie Slide when it came out during the pandemic? The right foot up, left foot slide. You don't remember that song? Yeah. That's basically what most devs are saying, but I don't feel like Drake should make that kind of music, but he does because he knows it's gonna work and it's gonna make him money.
Keisha, do you want me? Do you love me?
Does that sound like the best rapper alive with those type of songs? But like I say, to us, Lil Wayne is the go. Remember those when Lil Wayne was doing those mixtapes, like he was just killing everything, and
the dedication or something.
The dedication, yeah, the drought and all those, like he solidified.
Yeah, I remember those.
Yeah, but that's why I say
how much hate Lil Wayne was getting because he was from the South, and ain't nobody in the game could touch him.
No, and well, we ain't gonna talk.
Eminem said I was too high on drugs to even try to go get him. At that time,
funny. Yeah, you're right.
Lil Wayne called out JC. I'm the best rapper.
Right,
the best JC ain't responding to nothing.
No, Lil Wayne can really rap, and Lil Wayne's got some metaphors that just I don't know. It's you got to be high and thinking outside of the box to rap like that.
He said Drake music get pushed
on a pop level. Yeah.
Well, you already know what it is, baby. Shit, you already know what it is. This what you
That's
do.
funny.
Drake game plan. I ain't nobody want to hire me. A struggling company go pick me up. I signed with the struggling company for a few albums. Get my name hot. Time my contract up, I could completely break off and start my own system over here.
Right. And I already know about the business. I know how to set it up because people are looking out for me. People are they're pretty much giving me the blueprint I need to be successful. Even though if somebody else they have a shade like me and Lewis, they could give the blueprint to them to make them successful, but they want to keep them in bad deals, making bad financial decisions, and that's just how the game go. So you gotta be smart.
Here's the thing: it's of gatekeepers.
Yeah.
And Drake has that key.
Yeah.
And it's probably owned by him.
Yeah. Now. Well, yeah.
Yeah, now. Before, see, was it Drake? I gotta do the math, but was it Drake that popular under Cash Money? Or he was just hot?
He was hot. No, it wasn't like this. It was no way close like this.
But time he got the deal.
Yeah.
Now he went to another level with weaker lyrics.
Yeah. And you remember when Lil Wayne was like, they was asking Lil Wayne, this was when he was at the peak, he was saying like Nicki Minaj and Drake, they're way better than me. And at the time, I didn't understand what he meant by that. But now we see how it kind of played out. I'm not saying Nicki is better than Lil Wayne, but I think Lil Wayne knew that Drake was about to take his small hat, his complexion, like all that stuff, his marketability, and take it to the next level and take it to a level that Lil Wayne couldn't.
Yeah. And Lil Wayne, just pray for himself. Make sure get your Lil Wayne take an MRI, get your MRI or your throat, because your voice be changing every 5 years. Be a different voice.
I remember one time I saw him on not first take. He was probably on Undisputed. He was looking a little swollen. And like I say, you can have medical problems, and part of getting older and you're not taking care of yourself, you can have thyroid issues. You can have, he's probably had a stroke before, drinking lean. Like that stuff ain't good. It's gonna have it's fun in the moment, but that stuff has effects that's gonna last you for the rest of your life at a certain point. So
he does. He said I think he can't remember anything before the Carter 3.
Oh, he said that. That's sad.
So that's why he can't do the tour. He can't remember the lyrics.
Right. And I know we said we was gonna go, but Future says he drinks lean in his lyrics and popping pills and stuff like that. But in the interview, he said he don't do none of that stuff. And you can kind of tell.
Pussy. That's all I want.
Right,
girl.
Right. But he's promoting it to us, and if you follow behind him and do that kind of stuff, it's not gonna look bad. Like I say, you can tell Lil Wayne is doing drugs. I think Drake rap about doing drugs too. But do you think Drake is doing drugs?
Brandon, if he's doing so, he's doing some kosher wine. That's what he does. And that's real smooth, because it ain't kosher. So that's the only thing he doing.
That's funny.
You take that man, you think Drake dumb?
No, he's not dumb.
I ain't gonna be on. Nah, Drake said I could do women.
Yeah.
I can't do no pork. But I could do that kosher wine and women.
And he could do that ex porn star that he slipped up and had a kid with. I don't know how that was playing.
You think that porn star wasn't vetted?
Right. What if somebody's writing your lyrics and they do drugs? I
don't think they do that. His stuff. They can't do none of his team do drugs. So his stuff is so complex with the algorithms. They got everything that comes out go bop.
Yeah.
And time he want to be himself, that album would flop.
And which album was that?
We talked about it. The album the reggae album. House music.
Which I don't necessarily like that one, but it sounds good. But
the house music?
Yeah, the house music. It just sounds good. It's not necessarily a good album. But that didn't work. It failed and he had to put out something else.
21 Savage had to come out and say him.
So he did, yeah.
So 21, and check out his interview on Shannon Sharp. 21
Okay.
Savage rap just like he talk on God. The God, that's on God. Damn, then you rap just like you talk.
Right. And he
Yeah.
kind of just talked during his rap. So yeah. Did you
Oh,
listen to
God.
his new album? Did you listen to his new
I
album?
ain't listen to none of 21 Savage albums.
Why not?
I don't know what he got. Why
I
would
mean,
I
it's
listen to
cool.
man with all them shits on his face, Brandon? Huh?
Just because, I mean, it's free. Like music is free. We don't necessarily have to pay for it. I mean, we do, but you're not curious. This stuff is there some stuff that you gravitate to that you don't. Others you don't.
It's
That's
rarely I
funny.
listen to a new whole album of new people.
Mm. Did you listen to Killer Mike? I still like Killer Mike. His album was really good.
Yeah, that's a good one. I listen. That's part of like the latest. I listened to Andre 3000. This desk right here. That's that's Andre 3000. That's music. Put your desk together.
Yeah.
I had a good job putting my guests together.
And that's the thing. Like that music, that music is good for your soul and good for your spirit too. I think people got to remember that kind of stuff. If you listen to killing and toxic stuff, that's where your mind is going to be. So, can you listen to rap? Yeah, but you have to have a balance. You put some R&B on, put some different melodies on, just to flip your mind. So you're not just thinking about killing. And you see all the stuff on the internet. You're not gonna be thinking about love. You're not gonna be able to find love if you're not listening to some old school love music. No Luther Vandross or some of the new stuff too. I mean, it's a little different. The new R&B is a little different, but
yeah, R&B. Put my dick in your mouth. Dope babies. Ain't no good music.
No, that's not. That's
and then Nicole would be like, they say the same thing. I said, yeah, but you had to read between the lines.
Yeah, you have to read between the lines, and it's hidden. Like I said, we listened to some of the older music when we were kids. We didn't pick up on it, but later on it makes sense. You're like, oh, okay, I see what they're talking about. Now it's just come out with it. You
drop down and get your eagle on.
You think that's safe, right?
Would it be how it come out today, Brandon? How would it come out today? Drop down and get your eagle on, girl. They play that on the radio. How would it come out today, Brandon?
First of all, I think that's something sexual. So I would have to say, come ride this dick. That's what they basically they're saying.
I know spread them pussy cheeks. I don't know.
But to do what though? Because it's gonna be elevated to what it is now. Like we don't pussyfoot around stuff now. It's just we just come out and say
nah, Brandon.
And it's on the radio too.
Some girls do drop down. The young ones will drop down and get the eagle on sometimes, Brandon.
Okay, that's fair. But
they don't have to do no sex. It'd be
but dancing. You can't even, but like I said, you can't even do that as R&B now because that's you ain't even doing that. You got to be more graphic. Like I say, like violence in music used to be to a certain point. Like you got to keep pushing the envelope. Same with R&B. Like you getting more aggressive and more graphic.
Like I don't like the song. Buh, 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 buh. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I've heard it. I'm trying to think.
But I said, do you know what why I hear that? I know what I'm doing.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you take your mind somewhere else. So like everything is sex and the music is sex. Everything is graphic. Like so you got to switch it up and desensitize yourself and get some more sensual stuff going on, some more loving stuff. So everything is killing and say fucking.
And that's Lil Jon 21 Savage on that song too.
Yeah, he is. Yeah. But I'm trying to figure out whose song it is. I can hear the beat. I can hear the beat.
Gotta be sneaky. Right. Yeah, that's 21 Savage. Yeah, boy, I couldn't have no kids today. All of the fucking music going on.
Right. And we try to stay on Kids Bop or I listen to Joel, like when I'm taking my daughter to school and picking up and stuff. I'd rather listen to something like that, something safe, something inspirational, Yeah. Like I told you, she read the Bible, she likes the Bible stories, just stuff like that. Just instilling that stuff in her young, so when she gets older, she can kind of quote stuff like how you can quote stuff. Like you can, like you say, we say the Bible all the time is just what it's instructions kind of on life. So whatever you're going through in life is kind of in the Bible. It'll give you some reference points if you read it. You can watch sermons to give you a different insight on something. But I don't know. Most Def said Drake is not hip hop. Then called backlash. Yeah, and he kind of apologized and was kind of,
he ain't hip hop. Most Def is hip hop and rap.
For sure.
So yeah, Drake,
but you can't go against Drake for some reason. Because like you say, he's a gatekeeper. You're gonna tighten your money up, make it hard for you.
And Most Def thought about it, how to say it in a nice way. And
and he was joking too. Like I said, you can't even joke.
He ain't joking. That's a fact.
But it's a joke still. He was saying it. It was a punch. It was a slight, but he said it in a joking way, like a comedian. That's how I took it. But certain shades of people can be kind of sensitive, right? Like we say about light skinned dudes. He took it a certain way.
It's an honor to be able to play your rap music in front of your parents, kids, and everybody.
Yeah,
and everybody. Yeah. That's
a
good.
Skill. Yeah.
It's pretty good. So, and you can't play it. Your mama got to be 45 and younger to play
All right.
So if they're older, may not get it. So
yeah.
All right, Brent. I don't got no more.
Yeah, we'll get out of here. We hit 2 hours. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out some of our other videos. We got a very funny video about Chinese restaurants, and it's doing pretty good right now. So, like I say, Lewis came up with that topic and did a presentation.
It's a video about Martin Luther King. It has happened. The talks focus on Chinese restaurants too.
Fair enough. And
it's a video about Martin Luther King?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
And Timothy said most would beat Drake in the verses.
Hell no. Timothy, you crazy.
Yeah. I like Umi says, and most Def's got some songs, but Drake's got some big songs.
You can beat him in a freestyle, but that ain't no verses.
He can beat him up.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to you, Timothy. All right, Lewis. You got anything before we get out of here?
Nah, I'm good, guys. Take it easy.
All right, Lewis. Y'all take care.